I think this film Cycles is about a woman who's exhausted by the cycles of her everyday life. I like that she works at a laundromat and it's kind of about, it's called Cycles, like the laundry cycles. Someone close to her died in the very beginning, and it's a little unclear who it is to her, whether it's a husband or something. She's still grieving, and while at the exhausting laundromat, she kind of breaks down. I thought it was funny when her sister calls, and her sister's name is Emotional Vampire, and she's crying about their father, who I think died many years ago. And the sister is still grieving through that, while her sister is also grieving through something. I really loved the lighting and coloring of the film. I thought the main actress played her role really well, and you could very clearly see all of her emotions.
Cycles, I really enjoyed this. I thought that this was a really intriguing look at grief and how it can sneak up on you, and how the world doesn't stop just because you're grieving and you feel like maybe your own world fell apart, but you still have to do things like your laundry, and you still have to do things, you know, the normal everyday functions of being a human, and that it can kind of sneak up on you out of nowhere, and it can kind of be triggered by anything, and that can be, you know, connected to memory or connected to this or to that. And having just this like kind of seemingly quiet moment where from the outside no one else is thinking anything of it, it's just somebody doing their laundry, and how much it's taking for her just to be doing her laundry. And you never really know what somebody else is going through or what is happening in somebody else's life, but then to have that moment with the owner of the laundromat coming over and just being a genuine human being, and like obviously she's struggling with how to fold this, just, you know, having, you know, a moment, and him showing such kindness of, I can teach you how to do this. And I think that in the middle of grief, sometimes a kindness that probably nobody else would think of, you know, taking the time to be like, I can take 3 minutes and show you how to do this. Like, that is, you know, something that anchored her a little bit in that moment. I think that's so beautiful to portray, and that, you know, for everything else that was going on, all of the other chaotic stuff that was happening, including, you know, he's not having a great night. Someone's, you know, yelling at him for something that is seemingly not his fault at all, and he's having to deal with it. And then for him to also to turn around and show kindness and make the choice to, even though he was not shown kindness, you know, in the previous interaction. And I just really thought it was a beautiful moment, especially, like I said, to show that, you know, grief happens and the world does not stop spinning, and you have to continue in whatever form that is.
This film was called Cycles. This was a quiet, touching short. What set it apart for me was the pace of the film. The director really took the time to show the main characters in quiet contemplation. The performers were excellent, notably the lead. Her acting was subtle and believable. I also enjoyed the sweet scene between the lead and the gentle owner of the laundromat. The sound of the tacky TV ad underneath some of the action was a strong contrast to the profound sadness of the lead. I would love to see more work from this talented group. Well done.